Look, if you're like most musicians, I'm sure you've gotten stuck in a rut trying to find ways to be more productive in your music studio. So I put together a list of 5 simple hacks that you can do right now to make you a better and more productive musician in the music studio. That's coming up on Music Production Simplified. Welcome to Music Production Simplified. I'm Jesse Hafmeister, and I'm here to help you create a more productive workflow by optimizing your brain. Because when you think right, you act right. So we're going to get into this list right away. So number 1 is use the Do Not Disturb function on your phone. I'm not sure what it looks like on Apple phones, but I know on Android, when you pull down on the notification screen and you see all your notifications, if you pull down a second time, you'll see a Do Not Disturb button. If you activate that, I'm telling you, you will save time throughout the day. You will become more productive whenever you're working on your music projects or putting together some marketing material. Honestly, whatever you're doing as a musician, you're gonna be more productive when you hit that Do Not Disturb. So why is this so powerful? Well, simply, there are so many distractions. Like every day we have notifications coming in from Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and you name it, you're gonna get it, your email. And the worst thing that you can do is be in a productive mindset, in a zone, and you're just getting stuff done, and all of a sudden you get a ping, whether that's on your phone or that's on your computer. Basically what it does is it stops you in your tracks, and it just like gets you out of that zone, even if it's just for a moment. But I'm telling you, sometimes that's all that it takes to make you unproductive. I mean, think about it. How many times have you found yourself just scrolling away on social media, trying to stay on top of things, the news, whatever, likes, comments, whatever. But see, every single second that you're wasting on that is a second that you could be spending getting your music stuff done. So my second tip for you is to plan goals and then take action. There's something powerful about just writing something down on a notebook, piece of paper, or even on an app, a checklist. And you'll find that you'll get more stuff done when you are prioritizing these things in written form. Because if you just think about it, I guarantee you're going to forget about it. Or you may come up with some great idea, but because you didn't put it down, you're just not taking it seriously. When you put stuff down, it's just going to help you remember to do things. And the thing is you want to give yourself more of a reason to go back and finish stuff. When you write it down, there's something satisfying about checking that thing off of your to-do list. And again, this is whatever you want it to be. Maybe you got to make a cover art for your newest music track. Or maybe you just simply got to finish that single that you've been working on for a few weeks and you've just let it slide on by. So again, you want to write these things down somewhere. I don't care if it's written down physically or digitally on your phone. Just put it down and I'm guaranteeing you will end up getting it done. And don't forget to schedule an actual finish date. If you don't prioritize a finish date, you're probably also not going to see it get done, or at least you're not going to see it get done in a timely manner. Now, you may have a good day or end up being productive and it ends up just getting done just because, but you're going to find that generally you're going to get stuff done more if you actually set a due date. Like I suggest, like if you're working on a song from the start, that you set that finish date a week from now. And if you find that you're extremely busy, you might want to set it 2 weeks in advance. But I always try to go for at least 1 track a week if I really want to get stuff done. Otherwise, you may find that it's going to take a month or 6 months or a year. Imagine you could set a date for an album and get it done in, say, like 3 months, which would give you in 12 weeks, that's 12 songs. And you might be able to do it in 6 months. So that would be, again, 1 song every 2 weeks. Either way, that's better than taking a whole year. That's 1 song per month. And I know some people are saying that you should, release 1 song a month. But honestly, I think that if you really want to get better at your craft, you're going to have to release more music than that. All right, you see this? This is our third productive hack, and that's set a timer. You'd be surprised at how much stuff you can get done by just setting a timer of 15 minutes, half an hour, an hour. Then you won't lose perspective. We've all been in that place where we've been mixing that snare for like 2 hours. But the thing is you want to get that done in 15 minutes. You don't want to be spending all of your time just mixing, one aspect of one of your tracks when you have 15, 20, 30, 40 other tracks to get to. So in a way that just kind of puts a sense of pressure on you. And, some could argue that that's not a healthy way to go about being productive, but I'm telling you, it just helps you prioritize things in a better way. There's just something about knowing, like, again, just like step number 2, by setting a deadline in this case through a short term of time, like right now in the moment, just puts things into perspective. I mean, let's say that you set yourself a due date and you told your fans, hey, I'm gonna release this a month from now, and you find yourself that you're not even getting around to it. Well, you know what, maybe you should set a timer and you'll see what you can get done in a short amount of time. And I've talked about this before on my channel, but people like Andrew Wong and Rob Scallon, you know, they've set these 1 hour song challenge, you know, time frames where they just, put together a song in an hour. And it's pretty crazy. I think that's a little bit unrealistic. I think that you should be more realistic than that. Give yourself a little bit more time to be creative and have fun with the process. You don't want to just rush everything, because sometimes that can just backfire on you. So again, it's not like I'm trying to go back on what I'm telling you to be doing here, but I think there needs to be a sense of balance, a balance of pressure of like, hey, I gotta get this done so I can move on to the next track. You know, I can't be just sitting around and twiddling my thumbs, you know, again, mixing that snare, mixing that bass kick, getting stuck on these mundane things that aren't going to really help you get better at your craft. What's going to help you get better is by getting stuff done and then moving on to the next track. Okay, 4th productivity hack is limit your options. You're going to find that when you have so many different DAW choices and VST choices, you know, samples and loops and sound effects and all these things to choose from, it's going to be overwhelming, and you're going to find yourself overthinking the music creation process. That's, again, something you don't want to be doing when you're in, because that's going to mess with your flow. It's going to mess with your energy. Like, you don't have energy to sort through 2,000 kick samples or snare samples. You know, you just need to pick something and you need to go with it. And I know that's easier said than done. And again, I don't want to, you know, act like a hypocrite, because I mean, I do the same thing, guys, because I'm sure you've experienced this and I've experienced it too. And so I just want to help remind you that it's better to just make a decision and go with something that is good instead of looking for something that's perfect. Anytime you try to go for something that's perfect, you're going to find yourself stuck in this loop of just endless cycling. And in this case, it's the sounds, the samples, it's all the VSTs. You're just gonna you're gonna think, oh, you know, there's something better. There's a better VST, there's a better sample, there's a better sound effect, and really at the end of the day, you just gotta make a decision and you gotta move forward. You can't get stuck in this loophole. One way to really optimize your workflow is by using automated mixing and mastering plugins. So, for example, I started using Easy Mix. And then I went on to Isotope's Neutron and Nectar and Ozone for mastering. And I do prefer Isotope's plugins simply because they give you a little bit more creative freedom and they kind of show you what's going on. With Easy Mix, you just pick a preset and you have like 2 knobs. And yeah, you have some control over it, but there's not a whole lot of control. I recommend using Easy Mix if you're just starting out and you've never made music before. Like if you're working on your first single, EP, or album, which is what I did on my first album, Fragile Beginnings, I just pretty much used Easy Mix. That's all I did. And I'm glad I had it because it really encouraged me, because again, just like I'm sure many of you, I just overthink things. And Easy Mix gave me the confidence to at least get started with mixing and not getting stuck in that, okay, I recorded this song, I arranged the song, I put it together, now how do I balance it all? How do I make it all fit? And then the mastering too, which obviously that's the finishing aspect of your song, and that's important, although not nearly as important as the mixing or the recording phase. And obviously the recording or the arrangement phase, the pre-production phase is really the most important phase of all, but we'll have to talk about that in another video. So yeah, just again to talk a little bit more about Isotope's plugins, what makes them great is that they give you a little bit more freedom because they'll give you a preset. They'll take your track and they'll analyze it, and then they'll give you a preset, and then you can just work from there. And that's what I do with most of my tracks. I just pretty much throw Neutron on it, which is a general mixing plugin, and then Nectar for vocals, and I'll let it do its mixing thing. And then I'll just take a look at it and think, you know, this is all right, but I want to change a few things. I want to roll off some of the low end, or I want to, you know, roll off some of the high end. And so, you know, that's what's great about it. Again, and it's visual. It's showing you what it's doing, which is extremely helpful, again, when you're really learning and you're just starting out and you're trying to figure this all out. Because we all know that recording, mixing, and mastering can be really overwhelming. especially the mixing phase. Okay, my fifth and final hack for you musicians is I want you to focus on consuming less and producing more. And when I learned this, man, this whole mindset just really changed everything for me. You know, I used to just play a lot of video games and I used to watch a lot of YouTube, and I'm not knocking you for watching YouTube. I'm glad you're watching my video right now and you're taking a step and trying to learn something new, because we've all been there. But from my experience, I found that when I focused on consuming too much, I didn't have any time or energy left to produce. And that may seem obvious to you guys, but I really want you to stop and I want you to think about how your day plays out day by day, week by week, month by month, and look back and be like, how much stuff did I actually get done this past month, this past week, just today alone? You know, did I actually move towards my music goals? Or did I just, again, binge watch Netflix? And this is just super important. And once you stop and you just take a real honest look at how productive you really are being in your free time, this is gonna help put things into perspective. So one practical way to do this is just put yourself in an area like wherever you produce music, put yourself in that area, put yourself on that computer. You know, start up your DAW, pull out the guitar, plug it up into the amp, get your microphone ready, just have things ready to go. If you're gonna shoot a YouTube video like this, have lights. I have some lights here. And have them ready to go so that the next time that you wanna shoot another video, they're already there. And you don't have to set everything up, or it doesn't have to take as long. You wanna optimize your workflow so you can get stuff done quicker. And by putting yourself in an area where you're seeing all your musical equipment, again, you're on the computer with your DAW, you're more likely to actually make music. One pitfall that I did find myself doing a lot earlier before I started really even working on my first album is I found that I was jamming a lot on my electric guitar, which that's great and all, you need time to practice, but I found that I was just playing along with a lot of songs and I really wasn't actually taking all that time that I was spending practicing the guitar and practically applying it to a music project. Now, if you listen to my music, most of it is electronic. And so I do plan on actually using my electric guitar because, believe it or not, I have never used my electric guitar at all. I've just like in the box stuff, which is another great thing that I can share with on another topic on another day, is that, you know, doing everything in the box can help you get more stuff done quicker because, again, it's all there in front of you and then you don't have to worry about pulling out those instruments or whatever it may be, or even finding the space. Sometimes just finding the space for musical instruments is complicated because we just don't have it. This is a really small room. You probably can't tell, but this is a very small space. Everything here, I mean, I got 3 keyboards back here, and then there's 1 guitar there, and I have all my guitars in another room, and then you can't see all this stuff. Maybe I'll get a shot in of my half-stack amplifier and... You know, I got a drum set here, which I really don't use, electronic drums. But yeah, you just want to put yourself in an area where you're just going to get more stuff done. And the best way to do that is to hop on your computer and pull up your DAW and just start messing around with a virtual instrument. Just start playing on a, piano, or pull up some chords, or use some chords from like that mini chord pack by Unison. I use that. That helps, get some ideas flowing, and I've made some good songs with that. So anyways, guys, I hope that this has been helpful. These are just 5 simple things you can do literally right now to get more stuff done in your music studio. And if you guys have any other ideas of things that help you get more stuff done, please let me know in the comments below. I'm actually genuinely curious to know what you guys do to get more stuff done. And, again, we all want to get stuff done at a faster rate, so let's help each other grow. And hey, I put together a free PDF guide of the top 10 ways to create a more productive workflow by optimizing your brain. I'll put the link in the description, and right here is the website, so you can go check it out. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.